Today I will discuss the short story of Ivan Hunter, On the Sidewalk Bleeding, which explores the theme of identity through the lens of labels and stereotypes. The narrative centers on a young man named Andy, a member of a gang who finds himself bleeding on the sidewalk after a violent encounter. Through Andy's plight, Hunter illustrates how reliance on labels can occur self identity and lead to indifference from society. At the heart of the story is the power of labels and their impact on self identity. And it is identified primarily as a label that defines him by his gang affiliation rather than his personal attributes or desires. This label confirms him to be a stereotype, a image of violent, reckless youth. As he lies on the sidewalk, he hurries to be seen as more than just a gang member. He wants to be recognized as a person with dreams, fears, and humanity. He desires for identity highlights the conflict between who he is and how society perceives him. The impact of labels of Andy's voice is significant. Despite his efforts to call for help, his voice is drowned out by the perspectives other holds of him. When people pass by, they see only a gang member, not a bleeding individual in need. The erasure of his identity stripes him as him of agency cries for help become futile because they are filtered through the lens of stereotype, and his voice is silenced by the very label that defines him. Hunter also illustrates the stereotypes that the bystanders uphold the visitors to the alley, either walk away or ignore Andy's entirely, reinforcing the notion that a gang member is not worth saving. Their indifference reflects societal attitudes towards those labels as criminals, suggesting that they are somehow less deserving of compassion. This moment emphasizes how labels can dehumanize individuals, making it easier for society to turn a blind eye to their suffering. Irony, irony premeditates the story, particularly to the response of the policemen. When they finally arrive, they focus on Andy's identity as a gang member rather than attending to his injuries. This response unscores the tragic irony of the situation. While they are meant to protect and serve, they are also compliant in the very stereotypes that had led to Annie's ooh, predicament, the inability to see beyond the label exemplifies satire's border, failure to recognize the humanity in those it deems unworthy. Hunter employs various literary devices to enhance the emotional weight of the story. One prominent figure of speech is metaphor. The sidewalk itself serves as a metaphor for societal indifference, representing a space where lives are discarded and ignored. And his blood staining the pavement simplifies the tragic consequence of society that reduces individuals to labels. Through the metaphor, Hunter powerful criticals the apathy that often accompanies societal stereotypes. In conclusion, on the side of bleeding serves as a compelling commentary on the complexities of identity and the dangers of labels. Through Andy's tragic story, even Hunter implement, illuminates the way in which stereotypes can obscure identity individuality, silent voices, and foster indifferences. The narrative channels us to look beyond labels and recognize the humanity in every individual, urging us to confront our own biases and assumptions. In a world where labels can define and confine, it is critical to remember that every person has a unique story worth telling. Thank you.